compares first marathon to NASCAR races. Charlotte, NC. Somewhere around the 22nd mile of NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray's first marathon, everything changed. Leading up that point of his 26.2-mile race in December in the Kiawah Island Marathon in South Carolina, the 41-year-old was feeling good and on pace to qualify for the Boston Marathon, what he called an unrealistic goal. McMurray said he's in the best shape of his life, but on mile 22, he hit a wall. "It just felt like you're running in snow, just really heavy feet," McMurray said Tuesday at the NASCAR Media Tour. He finished in 3 hours, 25 minutes and 14 seconds, or about a 7:49 average mile. But that's why he'd like to run another marathon. He wants to take what he learned from his first time out and apply it to try again to run a Boston Marathon qualifying time, 3 hours and 15 minutes for his age group. "Not that I would ever run it, but that's a big deal in the runner's world is to say you qualified for Boston," he joked. The #1 Chevrolet driver for Chip Ganassi Racing is a vocal advocate for race car drivers to be considered athletes, and his active lifestyle helps him handle the strength and endurance required in a NASCAR race. He ran his first half marathon in June, and he, along with drivers Jimmy Johnson and Matt Kenseth, completed a 102.7-mile cycling race in May in North Carolina, ascending more than 10,000 feet. So how does running a marathon compare with NASCAR's longest and one of its most challenging races, the Coca-Cola 600? "There are a lot of things that correlate," McMurray said. "The mental breakdown that happens in a race when you get hot or you get tired, it's very similar to what happens in a marathon. You don't think as clear as you do at mile 1, at mile 10, at mile 20. So some things are kind of relatable, but everything's hard. Just different hard. Especially in the summer, the at least 100-degree temperatures inside a stock car can have an extraordinary impact on a driver's body." During the 2017 Cup Series season, McMurray shared that his average heart rate at a race at New Hampshire Motor Speedway in July was 144 beats per minute, while he said this week that during his marathon, he was at about 147. Despite the obvious physical challenges of his first 26.2-miler, McMurray sounded excited to start training for another one. "It was a good experience not only leading up to it but then also in the marathon," he said. "You take off running, and after about an hour, you end up in a group of people that are all kind of at your pace. So you kind of have conversations and get to know people, and I had a great time with it." More. LeBron James reveals the worst financial decision he ever made. 9 crazy things you forgot about the original XFL. The first game in XFL history was a disaster. Enzo Amore releases first statement after being released by WWE. Pro golfer apologizes after furiously throwing head cover at his caddy.